Rise and shine, gamers. It's your boy Ryse, and today we're gonna look at the Cerapad Kin. Yeah, it's been a minute since I reviewed, but today that's what we're gonna do for you. TJ exclusive, huge shout out for them for sending me the Kin out for testing, for reviewing, and just to enjoy. You know what I mean? Let's dig into it. Let's get it, and let's go. Alrighty, YouTube, the TJ exclusive Cerapad Kin. Now, from what you see, this is the blue color. My name is custom at the bottom, which that's free of charge on their website. And this is the 405 by 405 size. Now they have multiple different sizes. They have multiple different colors such as gray, white, red, pink, and green, plus the blue. And they have multiple different sizes too. They have the 505 by 505, the 355 by 305, the 405 by 355, the 505 by 405, and the 605 by 405. So you can go smaller than this, or you can get a massive desk size one, which I think that would just be massively just too heavy, one, because these things have weight to them. It's a ceramic surface. Ceramic surfaces tend to have, or the pads themselves are going to be heavier than a normal glass pad. Now on the bottom of this pad, you do have the feet. It's not a silicone surface, but you have more feet on the bottom of this to make it more even compared to the SkyPad, which only has 4 on the corners. This has 3, 3, and 3. And when it comes to the surface feel on the skin, it is of more of a matte finish, I would say. So it doesn't feel like the smooth on the SkyPad or the Razer Atlas if you use any of those two. It's not the grainy feel of the Super Glide if you've used a Super Glide, and it's not as smooth as the GameSense Sonar that a lot of people just reviewed. When it comes to the stickiness, now if you're like me, you get intense, you're in that 1v1 situation, you got a scripting controller Octane, and you are just about to put your head through the monitor, right? Your arm, your wrist, it's gonna get a little clammy, you know what I mean? You're gonna get a little sweaty because you're getting in that game, you know what? You're in that game. Well, my arm, my wrist does stick a little bit, which is not the greatest, right? It has the freedom, but when you do get a little moist right there, you will stick just a tiny bit, all right? That's why I wear a sleeve. Now, this isn't a Cerapad sleeve. This is the SkyPad, which I've never liked sleeves, but I've gotten used to it. So if I can get used to a sleeve, you can get used to a sleeve. You know what I mean? So pick up a sleeve. SkyPad, Pulsar is dropping their new sleeves soon, which I have a few of them coming. So stay tuned for that review. But it's so much more enjoyable using a hard pad like this or a glass pad with a sleeve. Because one, I pull it up a little bit over the area where it's mostly hitting the pad. And it's frictionless. You just move. You don't have to worry about the sweat. You don't have to worry about the moistness. You don't have to worry about your arm getting stuck on the pad when you're trying to throw your mouse off the desk, right? It's great. It's good. I like the feel. I like that it's still smooth. I like that there's no tug. You're going to get that when you wear sleeves. Now, when it comes to this pad and different skates, each of these skates, except for the two, the clear and the EC3, had the same skates, and these are the BTLs. Now, I know people have had issues with the BTL skates kind of like flaking off on the pad with it's like PTFE dust maybe. Some people had that issue with different glass with PTL, but I haven't had that issue. So when it comes to the speed, when it comes to the feel, comes to the sound, this is very smooth. This is a very smooth experience, and for the mouse being the weight that it is, I believe it's 75 grams, just about there. It doesn't feel that heavy. That's why I can use heavy mice on glass pads, heavy mice on the Cerapad. For example, I've been using the wired MP01S to get ready for the MP01S wireless. This is 68 grams. This is a more narrow mouse than the EC3 for sure. But this has core pads. Now, this feels pretty damn light. Now, it is a pretty heavy mouse, but it feels pretty light because it's effortlessly moving on the pad because of the ceramic, because of the surface. It's smooth. It's quick. Now, a lot of people are being like, wait, what do you mean quick? Well, from what I heard before I got this pad, I heard that a lot of people have that break-in period, right? That it took people almost a month to break in the Cerapad Kin. I haven't had that issue. I pulled this out of the box, put it on my desk, and we went to town, right? I don't have an issue with tug, right? These movements right here, these small figure 8 movements, these aren't slow and they're not tugging. Now, when you put pressure down, right? A good amount of pressure down, you will feel a little bit of tug. You have to put a lot of pressure down, which I don't put that much pressure down on my mouse. You have to put a lot to feel that tug. I don't, which is good. That's good that I don't do that. When it comes to the different skates, and so core pad, BTL, now the weight difference will definitely affect how the mouse feels speed-wise. X2 does feel faster. Same skates. It is a lot lighter, obviously. But they all feel good no matter the size. Core pads on the Fanatic Bolt feel quick. They feel pretty much just as quick as the X2 Clear Mini. One, they are a thinner skate, right? Fanatic Bolt has always been a go-to mouse. Whenever I wanted to use it, to pick it up, and we go for it. Now, the blue one, X2, that I had customized, has the new X-ray pad skates on them. These ones are the ones that are geared towards glass pads and stuff like hard pads. I think they mentioned plastic, but I don't think that is on these skates. Now, I forget the name of these skates. I think it's the Obsidian. So correct me if I'm wrong. But these ones are probably the loudest, right? But they do feel the fastest. Out of the 5 mice that I have here, the Obsidian from X-Ray Pad do feel faster than what I have on the board. But be careful. When you do buy your skates, I have the Ajaz here, right? Nice $30 mouse, Chinese mouse. And well, I bought aftermarket skates for them, and they absolutely suck. I did take the transparent plastic off of them, but these are loud and they feel scratchy, and they're just not it. They're super thick, one, so you need to have that middle skate on there because it's gonna feel very awkward. But it's just the skates that you buy. Just make sure, like, I would just go, if you're in the United States, just go to Lethal, pick up some skates that you like if they have them in stock. Go to Addis, get some reputable skates. Don't try to seek just random stuff for like $2. I wouldn't do that. All of the mice that I have, I bought skates for. I've had the Wraith pad skates. I have all of them. On hard pads, ceramic pads, and glass pads, they're all pretty damn good because you're getting that consistent glide. You're getting that consistent feel across the board between all of them. And when it comes to performance in game, lastly, I had no issues. I had no issues with the larger mice. I had no issues with the lighter mice. Going from tracking scenarios to target swaps to that precision-based kills in CS:GO or Valor, I had no issues with them. And it's a good pad. It's a really good pad. This has been my go-to pad for a month. I have been on this thing longer than a majority of the pads that I have sitting under my desk. I have like 80 pads under my desk here. I would choose the Cerapad Kin over every single cloth pad that I have tried. Hands down. When it comes to glass pads comparing to this, now the speed-wise, this is slightly, from my experience, slightly slower than the Super Glide. It's not as fast as the SkyPad 3.0, It is faster than both the Razer Atlas and the GameSense Sonar. When it comes to tug, the tug level is when you press down and put pressure on it, it has slightly more tug than the Super Glide one. It has less tug than the GameSense Sonar. The GameSense Sonar, I think, is probably one of the worst glass pads, unless you're one of those crazy mud pad enjoyers, right? Where you want that nice micro mud. You know what I mean? If you want that nice dirty mud, GameSense Sonar could be yours. But if you want minimal tug, if you still want that slight control, if you want the speed from when you need that speed, it is definitely there. Get yourself a Cerapad Kin. Like, I'm not even affiliated with them. I've just enjoyed this pad so much, which was confusing at first because I thought it was going to be a completely different surface than what I'm using right now. But it's great. Great pad, great price, lots of customizable options on their website. Looks good, feels good. Wear a sleeve, and that's all she wrote. So, if you like that review, hit that like, hit that sub. We go live on Kick. Yes, we're over on Kick now if you haven't seen it. Play more Battlebit. Get a little more Apex maybe here and there, but we're playing a lot of CSGO as well. And there you have it, folks. TJ exclusive Cerapad Kin review. Really love the pad. Can't wait to see what's next from them. Go ahead and go pick yourself up if you've been questioning if you want a hard pad. This is my top one right now. Love you guys. God bless. Rise up. Peace.